here comes the man who will play his 200th game, Daly Cherry Evans. A Manly side coming off back-to-back wins, but again, they have to pick up and start again after the devastating loss of Tom Trbojevic last week. They were resilient, but now here come the Knights on a 3-game losing streak. But a big crowd here to support them. And the conditions are just about perfect. Always drama, Danny, isn't there, when the Knights and the Sea Eagles come together?
Oh, absolutely. It's got a rich history. Back in the day, there's David Clemmer. What a performance. What a performance for the first 4 weeks of this competition, but another 22 runs. But there's always something that happens, as you said. History going back when Knights never beat pretty much Manly all the way up to the 97 grand final. And that game, you haven't watched that game, if you're new to the game of rugby league, always say go and watch that game because it's so emotional.
And Kalen Ponga has returned. The Knights, they adapted their training session yesterday, went from morning to afternoon to accommodate him. And you heard Nathan Brown in the pre-game. Not only has it been an emotional toll on Kalen, but physically as well, a lot of travel. So we'll see how he plays this afternoon. Marty Tapau, what a force for the Sea Eagles, and he's had some big games against the Knights.
Yeah, he certainly has. A wonderful tackle breaker. Already 10 tackle breaks this season, Tapau. But it's his partner, Fonua-Blake. It looks like they challenge each other. I like when the big front rowers get together and challenge each other. Fonua-Blake right on his hammer at the moment.
So it'll be the Knights to get us underway. Last year, they won both times against Manly, with plenty of action in both. And we begin. The Manly Sea Eagles looking for their 3rd straight win. And here comes to Powell. An early pass here. That's interesting. And he found LG. And a tactic you don't see often to start a game. And here he comes again to Powell. Over 200 metres against the Knights in 3 of the last 4 contests that they've met. He has really given Newcastle some nightmares. Cherry Evans with a bit of space in front of him. And who made his debut round 1, 2011 against the Storm. And won a premiership just 7 months later. Now here's Fonua-Blake. David Clemmer is the only forward in the NRL who's made more metres per game than this man. And we'll play it now. There's Coruscant feeding it to Jake Trbojevic. And a nice steady opening for Manly. As Cherry Evans goes to the air. And under it is Edrick. And he brings it back, Edrick Lee.
That's a really good sharp start for the Manly Sea Eagles team. I love the way that they move it out of yardage. You've got to move the ball out of yardage, and it was a good sign.
So Newcastle here.
And this has been the biggest problem for the Newcastle Knights. Just look how they run one out. You need support around the football. Newcastle Knights just waiting for Clemmer to do something to get their set started, but they need to run in numbers.
Now is Mitch Barnett coming into the starting lineup. He's wearing 17, but he has started the last couple of weeks for the Newcastle side. And Clemmer. And then pass to Powell, but not Thompson. And not LG. So final play here for the Knights. And Pearce with a knuckleball style bomb. And Elliott, who has had his problems at fullback. He asserted himself last week after the injury to Tom Trbojevic. That would have been a confidence booster. And again, he's wearing the number 1 for the Sea Eagles.
Oh, we'll be looking for a big game too. Brendan Elliott spent 2 years here at Newcastle Knights, played 23 games. So back here on these familiar surroundings, looking for a big game.
Here's Curtis Sironen driving the defence back. This is his 5th game this year. Already, that's more than last year. His horror run with injuries, had an ACL in 2018. Now LG onto Elliott, keeps it going to Parker, and Parker challenging the defence. Some encouraging signs early if you're a Seagulls fan, and now they get a penalty late in the tackle count.
Well, that's even better too, Dan. I'm wondering whether they'll keep going on the attack here. I'm sure they will. They started so well, spreading the ball early. The Manly side looking dangerous, a little bit passive. Danny off their line. The Newcastle Knights early in this game. You've got to get up and try and put some pressure on.
That right side of the Newcastle Knights was caught short numerous amount of times last week. They need to fix that up.
Here's Cherry Evans across field, then the pass to Elliott, the dummy. He got past Pearce. But Levi there as well as Fitzgibbon. That's the 10-metre line. Manly, the first chance to attack. Coruscant and Fonua-Blake. Fonua-Blake, he almost gets there. Oh, so close. Levi with the desperation tackle. Coruscant goes himself, and he's short. The Knights just hanging on grimly. Drake Trbojevic, Jerry Evans, LG, the high floater, Tafua for the line. Manly on the board first as Tafua gets the first try of the afternoon. Oh, so easy for the Seagulls, who are looking slick.
Yeah, that's his third try for 2019, George Tafua. Fonua-Blake came so close. Great surge, it sets it right up. Gets a quick play of the ball, but they were short again, the right edge. But they found a really nice balance in their attack. That's a really nice ball out in front from LG. That man, George Tafua, never let you down.
And what you've got to do is have a look at how many players are around the ball after Fonua-Blake was stopped only inches. It just got him caught for numbers, got on the outside. Tafua hogs his sideline there. Manly with all the football early. And as Dan said, they've looked pretty slick. Tafua gets the opening try.
What a record Tafua has against the Knights. 7 consecutive games with a try against the Knights. He has gone 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3 and 1. So 10 tries in his last 7 games. And Manly really making a statement in these early exchanges with Cherry Evans to kick from the sideline.
Yeah, it's a really good start. Des Hasler extremely excited about that start. Not only to perform that way, but to null the crowd. The crowd have been here. They want to be engaged. At the moment, they can see a Manly team that's coming to play.
So Cherry Evans, not a great strength, kicking from the sideline. And he won't be deterred by these fans. And he starts it reasonably, holding Manly out to a 6-0 lead as we go down to the sideline and welcome Megan Barnard.
Well, Dan, a perfect start for Manly on what is a perfect evening for footy. Clear skies, balmy conditions and a fast, dry track should all hopefully make for a quality game. And it's one the Knights will be absolutely desperate to win. As we've spoken about, their 4th home game in 5 rounds so far. They've only got the points in 1, and it comes as they get ready to hit the road for trips to the Gold Coast, to Auckland and Brisbane over the next month. And we know how fiercely loyal these Newcastle fans are, but speaking to a few of them before the game, they are starting to get a little bit nervous.
They are the most patient fans in the game, but Dan, surely their patience is going to be tested if they drop this one and fall to 1 and 4.
Yeah, their patience is over the word patience. They're over that, Dan. It's enough is enough. It's the old here we go mentality. I think that's the average fan is thinking that. We've seen this all before.
So Manly working it out now with Thompson. Really good signs from the Seagulls, the meters they made, and Kane LG having an important hand in that try. Oh, Fonua-Blake almost got that arm free for the pass. And he'll walk back and do it again. And now it comes to Jake Trbojevic, to Cherry Evans, dumming. He got through Pearce, but Fitzgibbon there to clean it up. A couple of tackles left here. Oh, here we go. Cherry Evans out of his weight division there. As they go short side, here's Moses Sully, who threatens momentarily.
Beautiful play, Coruscant.
He's weak off, and now on the final play, Coruscant, the stab kick, and here we go, Kalen's first touch. And he skips away from one, away from another. Look at this, over the 20, now the 30. Oh, it's outrageous. And he's dropped down. What a start from Kalen.
Well, that's the thing they'd be saying in the team room, and wins the penalty too, just hanging on a little bit too long. They'd be saying, look, we've got to have a good kick chase on this kid because he'll split you open. That's exactly what he does. Already this season, you can put it up to 14 tackle breaks here. Look at the speed, the guile on this kid.
You've got to get your spacing right. It's still Coruscant too close to Cherry Evans. Just that gap there. Got to go down in an even number. You can't have some sort of triangle in front, otherwise you'll just take that. That's a great opportunity to get the Knights on the attack here.
Well, let's see what they've got here. They've struggled in the first few weeks on the attack. What have they got for us tonight? And James Gavitt, back from injury, is first to hit it up. Now Levi, Pearce, Lenore, neat pass, Barnett picked up and dumped. 10 metres out the Knights. They come back to the middle. Here's Clemmer with the dummy. And taken down low by Thompson and up top by Fonua-Blake. Here's Levi. Oh, the pass nonchalantly taken by Gavitt. That was a hard-in-mouth moment. 4 gone here for Newcastle. Levi goes left. Pearce, Ponga. They were waiting for it, the Manly side. Cherry Evans had rushed up on the outside. Now here's Lenor with a little bit of footwork. He dances and now provides for Ramian, who sets sail. Ramian almost bullocks his way there. Final play for Newcastle. Levi. Pearce sets himself. The high ball for Edrick Lee and comes away for Cherry Evans, and an anti-climax for the fans here at McDonald Jones Stadium.
It was, Dan. Mitchell Pearce had a first kick at it, decided to hold it for a second and then get, as you said, steady. But that run from Jesse Ramian, that's how it should be. That against the grain, an angle. That's the most positive run he's had.
So here's Coruscant, who runs sparingly, but look at him go here. Draws them in, gives it to Tafua, puts the foot down. Edrick is chasing, in and away, over the 20. Now it comes to Garrick, puts on a right foot step and gets there. Length of the field, the Manly Seagulls. Oh, who needs Tommy Turbo? Manly go coast to coast and now lead by 10.
Well, they're looking comfortable, aren't they? With each other's little combinations they've got going on. But Api Coruscant, he's under a little bit of heat from Manasi Fanu, who comes off the bench. But this man, he's just making a statement. Ducks under the attempt at the markers there. He's just always selling, always deceiving Api Coruscant. Great support by George Tafua. And he's got some wheels, this man, Ruben Garrick. Bangs one over Manly's second. Look at Coruscant.
Well, I love this about the hookers that can get out from dummy half these days. One man down, only one marker. Sum it up so quickly. Tafua caught there, gets the football away. Garrick gets over the stripe. Looked like he had plenty to do here too. Had to push away from a couple of defenders. Show good strength to get over the line. But the middle of this Newcastle side, paper thin. Coruscant straight through, sets up the try.
So Ruben Garrick from the Dragons, they say that he could be as fast as Tom Trbojevic. We haven't really seen him unfurl, but nice work there not to panic. And Manly, what a start this has been. Daly Cherry Evans, he didn't win his 100th game. Terrific start to game 200. 10 minutes gone, they're running ahead of the clock.
Yeah, sometimes you'd rather tackle a big guy, which there is with Fonua-Blake and Marty Tapau, but sometimes the little guy can go straight through the middle of you. You've got to keep an eye. You've got to name drop Api Coruscant consistently.
Now, does he need to do this more often, Danny? He's a hooker that runs it sparingly.
He's just had a slowish start to the season because of an injury. He had a Liz Frank injury, which kept him out for pretty much the majority of last year, and he's just finding his feet. But he's a weapon. Don't worry about that. Manasi Fanu will come on, and if that's the standard around the ruck, they need to pick it up, the Knights.
Real hush over this McDonald Jones Stadium. And the tone was set, wasn't it? The very first play, Manly were willing to throw it around. And it seems as though they've caught the home side on the hop. Elliott playing the ball, and now Tapau. Down the middle, runs into Fitzgibbon. Levi there, Glasby down low. The man who set up the last try, Api, who are juggling Fonua-Blake, who runs straight into Clemmer. Glasby again, and Gavitt also involved. As Manly, the meters are just coming along very nicely at the moment. There's Jake Trbojevic. You know, he was given a try assist last week for that axing tackle on Campbell Graham. It shows that statisticians do have a heart. Here's to Powell with the offload. Coruscant. Oh, a no-look pass. And finally finds the hands of Sully. And all the momentum gone there. But Manly still inside Newcastle territory on the last, and Cherry Evans goes to the touchline.
Yeah, nice play from Cherry Evans, the experienced Cherry Evans in his 200th game. He knew that was a bad end to set and a bad position to be on the field for play 5. And the experience of him just rolled it out. And then they could have a set start.
It was the right sort of kick too, Danny, because the service from dummy half wasn't that good. So just showing his experience there. The right kick for the right time. Give his forwards a little bit of a rest. They've been running They've been running rampant straight through this Newcastle Knights pack so far.
How quickly things change. He couldn't find the Queensland team for years. On radio today, there was a discussion whether he could be a captain of Queensland. With, of course, their woes with the Greg Inglis. There's now Newcastle. Send it out to Ramey. That's a good early sign. Been suggestions he just does not see enough of the ball, especially with Ponga lurking around that left. Now Clemmer with the native halfway. Here comes left to Lenore. To Pearce. Steps by Thompson. Rather Sironen. Now the ball will be played on that halfway line. Where Glasby down the middle. So the Knights get through their set. It's going to be Lenore to do the kicking. And that forces Elliott to come forward. That's a nice confidence booster.
That's the variation I think the Newcastle Knights need in their kicking game. They need Mason Lenore to take control. He's got a really good kick on him, and sometimes Mitchell's not in position. Use Lenore.
It's some sort of start from both sides, but 6 from 6 from Manly. And a couple of tries too. They've only had the ball 3 times, the Newcastle Knights, and got their kick on 3 times.
Well, here's an early kick. It's found a little bit of open space as well. That's from behind the 40. Ponga cleans it up. Just firing in all cylinders, the Seagulls. Oh, he's been hit high. That's a penalty.
That's young Curtis Sironen over the top there on Ponga. And they've got to go in pretty hard when he's running the football back. Put him on notice there. Might have been a touch high. Let's have a look at it. Oh, yeah, no, that's
He's
high.
been shortened up there.
Yeah, I think we might hear a little bit more of that one.
Now, Ponga is up, and he appears to be okay.
He's on report.
So Curtis Sironen there.
That's up to them to decide, Adam.
Who, by my reckoning, has a pretty clean judiciary record, but he's going to cop a charge there, it would seem.
We'll see how they look at this from a HIA point of view for Kalen if he has to come off. He's still out there.
He doesn't look 100%. He's got the tissue in the nose now. And let's see if the Knights can make a better fist of it this time down the northern end of the field. James Gavitt back from a sternum injury. Turns his body, but Jake Trebojevic all over him. Fonua-Blake helping as well. Pearce, Clemmer, early ball, Lenore. That pass knocked down by Parker. You heard it. Refreshing of the tackle count. Here's Pearce looking at a little opening that closed rather quickly. Now Glasby with a settler. This crowd trying to get their team their first points. Pearce at the line. Oh no, he's lost the ball. He's been cut in half.
By you know who. Jake Trebojevic again. Just stay square, and just at the last minute, that last dip he's got. It's good signs for Pearce to run it, but look at this. There it is there, Trebojevic under the ball. Straight in around that midriff.
Coruscant may have had a hand in that as well. What a tackling technique, though, Jake Trebojevic. This game is just settling a little after Manly's frenetic start. He just got home after being out and about all day. South Sydney snuck home against the Warriors, a dramatic match on the Sunshine Coast, 30-24. Every match this weekend has had drama as Tapau bends the defensive line back. Now Coruscant feeds it to Fonua-Blake. Oh, they sit back and wait. And the offload to Cherry Evans. Into the backfield. Takes on Ponga. Beats Ponga. But Lee knocks it out of his hands. A try-saving play by Edrick. Oh, that could have so easily have been a third for Manly.
Oh, he's a player, isn't he, Fonua-Blake? But so good there, too, from Daly Cherry Evans. Just sniffing around back on the inside. He's a tackle breaker, this bloke. So powerful. Along with Marty Tapau. There it is. See the call back on the inside. Looked like he was going to get around Ponga. He does so. Edrick Lee comes again, knocks the ball out. Otherwise, that would have been another Manly try.
There goes Ponga off to the HIA for an assessment. But it's a 1-2 punch blocker. You've got Big Tapau. He's leaving people on the ground. And the next thing, Fonua-Blake comes. They do it in unison. It's very pretty to watch. It's very physical.
So Ponga gone for 15 minutes of real time as Newcastle stare at a 12-0 deficit. But Edrick Lee might have just kept them in this as Barnett down the right side. They're shell-shocked Newcastle.
And Connor Watson gets his first taste after a couple of weeks off in that fullback role, which he has played before.
So here's Pearce onto Lockie Fitzgibbon. The 4th home game this year for Newcastle. As now Joel James Gavitt, a diabolical pass. As Kane LG picks it up and explores. And Manly start this set inside Newcastle territory. Moses Sully runs over the top there of Levi. And Manly just doing everything a little bit faster and a little bit harder right now. To Power with the don't argue on Barnett. And Lenor is there to help. Morris out of Cherry Evans. Cherry Evans to LG. LG to Sironen. Good legs tackle from Fitzgibbon. Inside the 10. Coruscant. Cherry Evans changes direction. Jake Trbojevic, flat-footed, has to go. Final play.
Extremely short.
LG, the grubber, well weighted. Connor Watson helps it over the back.
Oh, don't know if it was the right play. They get an extra set of 6 here, but the pass was the option. They were very short, the Newcastle Knights, on that right edge. But next best thing, the next set of 6. There it is there. They had 4 from the post. Need at least 5.
Would you see the outside man there on the left-hand side, Brad Parker, screaming for the football. With that cutout pass, he would have scored.
And the Knights hang on here. It's to Pow, who will bring it back.
It's the questions they're asking with the football, Dan. And they're 8 from 9, 90% pretty much. They're all questions.
And what an impact the front rowers are having. Cherry Evans. There's Fonua-Blake. That's the 20-metre line in front of him.
Well, that'd be in the game plan too. We've got to take these 2 guys on. Yeah. They haven't been able to do it so far.
Brendan Elliott working up in the middle there. They slow that, play the ball down. This is the 4th now with Sironen straight down the middle. Clemmer looking to slow the play the ball down. Coruscant. Jake Trbojevic. Oh, he decides to kick it. Here comes Thompson. Joel Thompson gets it down. It looks like the Seagulls have a 3rd try.
Well, he's gone to the kit bag, Jake Trbojevic.
Okay. On tackle 4, we've got a try. Just want to confirm the grounding. If we don't have a grounding, just clear any interference on the chase.
He's shown us something that he's not known for. What a great play.
Is onside.
It's on the line. That's
and
a
he
try.
takes possession and grounds the ball.
That's a
We have a
great
decision.
try. I'll tell you what the difference between the 2 teams are at the moment is the Manly side, every time someone runs the ball, someone pushes around it. That's a perfect example. Trbojevic with the kick in behind, but the chase from Thompson was a beauty. They've made a couple of other clean breaks, haven't been to come away with tries. And this time, this is a carve up this game so far.
Yeah, if you put it behind the line, that man there, Joel Thompson, he will chase it. We've seen that over in New Zealand against the Warriors. A beautiful try he scored over there. But why wouldn't you slip it in? That's just another question they've asked the Knights. They couldn't have an answer for it.
Well, this is a stunner. Newcastle came here tonight as favourites, but Manly, the Seagulls, are blowing them out of the water. And Joel Thompson, you see it there, 9th try against the Knights. He's 55 tries in his career, scored a lot in the early stages of what is now a 12-year career. And Cherry Evans pilots it through, 18-0. They're still almost running with the clock as we go down to the sideline. Megan Barnard.
Yeah, as he slots another one through. What an occasion for that man tonight. Daly Cherry Evans, we've spoken about it through the coverage. He becomes only the 20th player to reach the 200-game milestone for Manly. And praise for the skipper coming from all corners of the Northern Beaches this week from his coach, Des Hasler. Commended his work ethic on and off the field, his example to others. Former coach Jeff Tuvey described him as a survivor, having arrived during the golden era before enduring some tough years at the club. But one thing they all agree on is that the Seagulls are in very good hands with DCE leading the side.
And Curtis Sironen playing under duress tonight. My best mate, Paul Sironen, who lost his mum yesterday, Blanche. Our condolences go out to the family, and we wish you all the best, big fella. We're only a phone call away, mate. Keep your chin up.
Well said, Blocky. He's doing his family proud so far tonight, Curtis. Although he might have a problem with that swinging arm. And other than that, he, like the rest of the Eagles forwards, have been dominant. Now, Coruscant to Jake Jabojevic. What about his fortnight? A try assist last week thanks to a tackle, and now a try assist thanks to a grubber. He's a strong hit up and a good start there from Corey Waddell. And now Sironen up to the 40. Manly, they just seem to be ending sets well inside Newcastle territory each set, as Edrick Lee's going to be tested here, except for the fact the ball sails over the touchline on the full. So an error there from Cherry Evans.
Yeah, at the moment it's a possession game. 66% of possession to the Manly team. The Knights have got to hang in. 18 points, not unassailable, but anything more, you start to look over your shoulder a little bit. A little swing, they just got to tie in.
Oh,
stay in the game.
Easy. That's a good introduction to the game. There's Levi to Pearce. Now Barnett. This already is the highest score the Knights have conceded this year, and it took 20 minutes to do. Here's Watson pushing away from Cherry Evans. Almost up to the 30. The other problem, they haven't scored this many points in a game this year. Here's Levi now sprinting out of dummy half, bumping away. And again finding Mitch Barnett as Newcastle inch closer. Lenore to Pearce, straightens.
Fitz given off for HIA as well.
Now Lenore with the responsibility. The left foot kick, oh, wonderfully cut off. Fonua-Blake, the big fella at the back, keeps it in the field of play.
That's great anticipation from Fonua-Blake to drop back like that. Understanding a left foot kick from Lenore was coming.
Well, he's got no right to be in that position, Fonua-Blake. We've seen some wonderful skills in this game from Jake Jabojevic with his kicking game. Now we see a big bopper cleaning the ball up at the back end of the field.
They're in the game, aren't they? They're concentrating on everything that's available in the game plan, which Desi Hasler has put in it.
Geez, that's a big penalty too to give away. It looked like the Knights were ready to try and actually dominate a defensive set, but they give that penalty away, and Cherry Evans finds the line on halfway. Well, here we go again, the Seagulls. Moses Suli is dragged by 4 defenders. A stunned crowd here in Newcastle. Sironen the quick ball, and Waddell had a look. They rushed up, they knew what was coming.
Well, that's a little bit better there from the Newcastle Knights. As I said, their defence, Danny, in that first 15 minutes was really passive. This time they're getting up in their face.
Yeah, spot on block. Passive on the edges and in the middle. Line speed was just taken out of them through the charges of their middlemen. A nice wide pass from Coruscant as well.
Well, it's exactly what I talk about, waiting for something to happen. Make it happen.
That's right.
So time is not an issue, obviously, for Newcastle. There's so much of it to go. They just need to change this momentum. And maybe those couple of recent errors for the Seagulls has just opened the door ever so slightly. Lenore distributing away for Barnett, making a beeline for LG. He's been good tonight, LG. There's Levi. Thought about going to the short side. Then he runs. And closed down, and this is better for Newcastle. Lenore. The extravagant dummy before he's picked up and dumped. He said this week he has to be more assertive in this side. And they wouldn't get up off the tackled player. So the Knights can reload.
There's a bit of ruck speed created there from Danny Levi. A nice little charge out of there, and they decided to go wide. You should stay around the middle, start tiring out some of those bigger guys. And use it back on them. Use their biggest strength with their size. Try and use it back on them.
All right, well, here we go. Guerra first to take on the Manly defence.
Just little things like that, how long it took him to get on with the play there.
No, there was no reason for it either. Here's Clemmer. Bumps off Coruscant, but Fonua-Blake grabs a hold of him. 10 metres out. Plenty of tackles here for the Knights. And there's another penalty.
No.
And Levi can't tap.
Inside 10, Danny.
And what do we want to see here from a Newcastle perspective, Danny? What do you want to see attack-wise from the Knights? Of course, there's no Ponga as he gets his HIA. Clemmer first to hit it up.
Dan, the game plan. Here they go, here to the right. Looks the likely side.
Yes, Lenore didn't like what he saw and he's outside and just takes the tackle.
Now, Jake, hold the line, hold, go two.
Now Daniel Saifidi. That's one out here for the Knights. Haven't asked too many questions yet. Well, that's an extremely late offload.
Daniel, back up here. Daniel up here where you were. Keep coming. Just wait. On three. Go. Three.
Now Pearce. The flat pass. Oh, Guerra didn't see it coming. Sironen cleans it up.
He was in a huge space too, Guerra. I think he's expecting the kick from Pearce. Got mixed up on the wrong page. But he's through a hole. Always expect it.
Well, that's what happens, Danny. You're 18 points behind. You start to be a little bit desperate. Start to try and do things that's not on the sheet. Try and force the issue. And there's the turnover straight away for Manly.
And now Sipley, 2 for 4. The biggest man in the NRL, according to the statistics, as here's a 40-20 attempt. But well cut off by Lee. And they certainly need Kalen Ponga back ASAP, and he's got the clearance, so we'll see him in a few moments. And now a problem. A forward pass, and Manly gifted yet another opportunity.
Yeah, let's go back to the right on goal line there. That is forward, but on goal line they're attacking the Knights. They just need to stay down there. All of a sudden, the undoing of themselves. They're back down here in the red zone, trying to protect another try.
Try and mount a bit of pressure, Danny. They haven't been able to do that. Trying to play catch up. I know they need to get on the scoreboard, but they've got to put the right plays on.
So they go short side here. Cherry Evans, he has something planned. He provides for Parker. Man, looking to go further in front. Sipley. Taken there by King. Now LG first receiver. Turns it on the inside to Waddell. Oh, driving those legs. Now Coruscant. Great Jabojevic. Oh, Cherry Evans, the dummy. It was exquisite. But good scramble from Watson, but a penalty's coming. And hang on, it's gone to Newcastle.
Yeah, got an obstruction there, Dan. Cherry Evans went around the lead runner. We'll have a look at this one. Dave Clemmer put his arms out.
What a let-off. Didn't it feel like they were ready to crack him again?
It did. Just Clemmer, Barnett got caught up on Sipley. It's deemed to be an obstruction, only just. Very lucky there. Always play the whistle.
He nearly had to run a 200 to get around him. He's a big man, Sipley, isn't he? Very hard to get on the outside shoulder there.
He'd be your type of bloke, Blocky.
It's a monster.
135 kgs he's listed at. There's Clemmer for Josh King. A bit of frustration there on Clemmer. Daniel Saifidi now. He's back. He had a knee injury. They thought it was season ending. He only missed a couple. There's now Lenore picked up and dumped by his opposite number. And Ponga preparing to come back. He's dying to get back into the action. Here's a lovely ball from Pearce to Barnett. Now Ramian gets some rear possession. 20 out, final play. Pearce. Long ball, Watson. Now to Guerra. That's come off Sully. And Lee leaves it behind him, and that's a great result for the home side. They get to do it all again.
It was a nice short side raid, wasn't it, down there through Pearce and Barnett, and swung it out here to the left.
And again, no urgency to get restarted here.
He was there, got taken late there by Sironen.
It was Connor Watson who tasted the dirt. So the Knights have had their chances down here. Pearce, cut out. Barnett left it behind him. That's play on. Saifidi. Wrapped up by Fonua, and here's a penalty.
They might get the warning in a minute. If you do that again.
Hold. Go.
They start with a one-out run.
Brad, now. Hold the line.
Barnett, he's seen plenty of ball tonight. There's Levi, long ball for Lenore. Now Clemmer to Saifidi. Just a settler here. So they're centre field. And Levi goes to Pearce. The inside pass to Ramian, but he ran behind Clemmer and again just drops to the ground. It's just cumbersome at the moment, isn't it? Here's Levi. Oh, he wants to do it all on his own, but no way through Jake Trbojevic. Now Watson. Oh, a loose pass to Pearce and a terrible grubber taken here by Elliott, who almost gets away.
It's all out of sync, isn't it, for the Newcastle Knights at the minute? Everyone, as you spoke about, everyone starts to become individualised a little bit under pressure. That's what's happening at the moment.
Well, the other thing, they're trying to do attack 8 metres out from the line. It might be easier if they're 28 metres out. You get that little bit of fluency.
Loving the defence from the edges of Manly. They're very aggressive. They're getting up, forcing a lot of pressure.
They need, statistically, the most tackles per... They take the most tackles per try inside the red zone. And we're getting an example tonight that it's just not happening at the moment for the Knights. Jake Trbojevic to Cherry Evans. Neat pass for Sironen. And this is a rarity. They're going to end a set, Manly, inside their own territory. Cherry Evans from behind the 40. That's a nice kick. And that... Oh, it's a 40-20. He didn't know. He didn't know. Connor Watson. Oh, Manly. Gifted an opportunity here, and Daly, Cherry Evans in game 200 is having a blinder.
Well, maybe shows you the communication levels out there for the Knights at the moment. Someone's got to be screaming that out, especially Edrick Lee. Get on that, Connor. He's just grubbered one, a 40-20. One of the best exponents of it in our game, Daly Cherry Evans, and there's another one.
And he just provides for Sipley. Almost runs through Daniel Saifidi. Oh, this is a telling moment of the game now. Fonua, Cherry Evans. Not a crisp pass there for Waddell. Last week he only lasted 15 minutes, Waddell, after being run over by George Burgess. Now, it's Jake Trbojevic on the left side. Fonua, Cherry Evans, halted up. Oh, a pass was too good for Surley. It's picked up by Elliott, who dives over, but the referee has made a very quick decision that is a knock on, and that, my goodness, is a huge let-off for the home team.
I'll tell you what, they've got options, haven't they, the Manly side? Players in motion, pretty to watch. Execution not there this time. Cherry Evans, the pass just a little bit too hard. Surley was in space. They had numbers over too.
He's in the clear there, Block. That pass just needed to be caught. There's definitely another try there.
Well, stay tuned on Bundaberg Rum Super Saturday. A cracker coming up from PointsBet Stadium, the new name. It's Cronulla versus the Roosters. I'm going to be on as soon as we're done here. That's the 9th name change for PointsBet Stadium. They've had a few there at Cronulla. There's Clemmer for a flat-footed start. Doesn't mean his first half. Now Pearce, the quick hands. Here we go. Guerra. Later Heimel had one of his first touches tonight. Almost up to halfway. Here comes to Ponga. Pearce. Lenore, the quick hands for Barnett, but it's... Oh, he tried to pass that. He's put that down. He's put that down, Barnett. They are really trying to force the issue. And it's as if Manly know what the Knights are going to do before the Knights do it.
Well, I think there's a bit of fatigue setting in there for the Newcastle Knights. They've had to do so much tackling, and when they get the footy, they don't know what to do with it here. Just trying to force the issue again. Barnett caught by Parker in a one-on-one tackle. Tries to offload. Ball goes loose on the way down. And Manly with another chance now, 5.5 minutes before half-time.
Yeah, the ball, a lot of times when the Knights are attacking, it doesn't get past the back row, does it? Always gets shut down. The centre comes up and in and shuts it down. There's another time that did happen.
Here's Tafua, who got the ball rolling with a very early try. Now Sibley, picked up by King. Underneath is Clemmer. Sibley's taken a knock in that tackle and goes straight back to ground. Waddell up to the 30. Inside the last 5 minutes of this first half. Fonua, who's been so good for Manly the last few weeks. Under Joe Trebojevic. Fonua goes left again. Cherry Evans, the dummy. Then the pass to LG. Now turning it back to Gajewski. Final play. Cherry Evans wants it. The stab kick coming through Sironen. Ponga, work to do. Ponga, now he got there. Small mercies for the Knights, but they need every little thing they can get going their way right now. And they maintain the ball. And heavy defensive work there on Heimel Hunt by Cherry Evans.
Gee, he just showed his class again then, didn't he, Ponga? Because he was impaired. His vision was impaired when the grubber kick was put in. Just scooped it up beautifully.
Watson. Now the flick pass. Kenny Dow. Pushing away from Fonua. Now finds Clemmer. Gets past Fonua. Now to Lenor. Lenor to a flat-footed Ramian. Ramian, he turns to 4 inside out. Then gets past Gajewski. And Gajewski wraps it up, but here we go, the Knights. Signs of encouragement. Lenor. Pearce. Saifidi. And he'll go to ground. One tackle remains here for Newcastle. Watson. Ponga. The left foot grubber. Here comes Edrick. Here comes Edrick. And he gets his way to the line. Haywood returns. Edrick scores. And the Knights, it's a long way back, but they're back in business.
That's how you attack a kick if you're a winger. Start on the outside and then come back at it on the inside. It's his 4th try for the season, Edrick Lee. Starting to become a crowd favourite here, but Connor Watson gets out. Play 5, nice left foot kick there from Kalen Ponga, but the way he attacked that ball from outside to in, he just ripped around and got that ball down. And the clutches of Ruben Garrick.
Well, they needed to score right on the stroke of half-time, didn't they? It was a tremendous chase there by Edrick Lee. Showed great strength too. Garrick was all over it. Looked like he was going to hold him up. Shrugged out of the tackle, slams the footy down. And the Newcastle faithful go up.
The Knights have 9 tries all season. He has 4 of them. And you see there 5 tries in 5 games against Manly. He's got a nice strike rate as well, 51 now.
What I will say, that is the Knights' first try from a kick this season. So that's a good sign.
I think we anticipated there might be a Ponga to Lee try at some point tonight, but I don't think that was the way we envisaged it.
And that's a funny replacement, just taken off the topic. I've just seen Clemmer come off now with 2 minutes to go before half-time. Is that a waste of a replacement? What would you do?
He's sort of saying he can't get the next 2 minutes out. He'd have a big rest, obviously at half-time. But he's not happy, is he?
And Ponga nails it, so an encouraging converted try for the Knights. It gives them something to go into the sheds with as we go down to the sideline. Megan Barnard.
It certainly does, Dan, and that man there, he's a try-scoring machine. Edrick Lee, as Danny mentioned, 4 tries now for the season. He picks up where he left off here in the Hunter last week when he notched a career half-century. He's also got a pretty handy record against the Seagulls. That's now 5 tries in 5 matches. And speaking during the week, he said, if I can turn more tries into wins, I'd be a lot more satisfied. Well, they're certainly on the score sheet now.
He was known in the past as being error rule, particularly catching bombs, and you wouldn't believe it.
You're a mock.
That's as good as I've seen.
Jesus. Well, here he comes now. He's still known as a guy who drops bombs, evidently, and high kicks.
It's amazing what points does, isn't it?
I'll send him a card. I'll apologise.
It's amazing what points that everyone seems to run a little bit harder, but the sad thing for the Knights is only 1 minute to go before half-time.
Oh, here's an offload. There's Watson now down the middle, holding it out in front of him. Oh, how many times have we seen that tonight from the Knights? The player with the ball having to go straight to the ground.
I think there's an injury issue there, Dan.
Oh, yes. Now, here's Lenor. Oh, he lost it. He tried to get the arms free, and now Manly. Can they turn this into something with 40 seconds remaining?
He's struggling, Connor Watson. Look at him. Can hardly run.
He's clutched at his right foot. Have to get a report on that at half-time.
Do we think about field goal here? Cherry Evans can pop them from distance. Finu to Powell.
He's the man to get you in position.
Up to the 40 and beyond. 17 seconds left. Jake Trbojevic, Jerry Evans, Sironen keeping it to the middle, but pushing away from Watson. And now we come to what is likely the last play of this first half. Finu. Oh, a shocking ball. No field goal here. Corey Waddell will just go to ground, and the Seagulls, they make a meal of it at the end. But what a first half this has been. A team missing their most dynamic attacking player, and they have poured on the tries. Manly go into the sheds, 18-6 leaders, and this crowd here is shell-shocked. A terrific first half from the Seagulls.
Yeah, Tessie Hazel spoke about 71% for the Knights in the last 10 minutes of possession. To be able to start the second half the same way.
Well, they conceded the last try, Manly, so Newcastle will come out with Saifidi hitting it up first. And the first half dominated by the Manly forwards. Possession was basically 50-50, but Manly have made an extra 140 metres.
Well, I think the thing with that, Dan, is they got out of the blocks. The first 20 minutes, his possession turned around a little bit at the back end of the first half for the Newcastle Knights. But Cherry Evans, his 200th game, 87 running metres, 3 tackle busts on the back of those big boppers.
And a 40-20 as well. He's had it on a string as the Knights get through their set. Lenor feeds it across here. And it looks like King, and the Newcastle reserve, plays it on the final tackle. It's Lenor to kick. And Elliott, who's been very steady at the back tonight for Manly. He brings it back to the 20.
Connor Watson's involved in that tackle, so saw him with that touching of that right foot early on back end of that first half. So it's good to see him back out there. He'll play number 9 while Denny Levi's off.
I'm just watching him there, Denny, after he made that tackle, and just watching him run up off the line here.
Oh, Saifidi went in for the big tackle, didn't quite connect. Oh, here's a problem. Here's a problem. It's a knock on. It's Newcastle ball via a scrum. Quickly down to Megan Barnard.
Yeah, word from Nathan Brown at half-time, Dan. He said the want isn't there. He said the desire isn't there. He said we need to be better with first contact, limit offloads, push and support. He's not happy, Dan.
Looking at a replay there, would appear to have been the correct call.
I think Josh King's left boot might have come in contact with that.
Oh, okay.
Which, I wonder he's blowing up there. Got a lucky break, I think, the Knights.
Okay. Very genial of you, Bedsy. The decision going the Knights' way. Looked like Parker went off the mark there. Here we go with Lenor. Wouldn't this set the game up nicely if the Knights could score either side of half-time?
We saw the bit of spark that they got after they scored that try at the back end of the first half. So they need a try. You're right, Dan. If they can get on the scoreboard here, it's game on.
Good strong tackle from Waddell, picked up and dumped Fitzgibbon, and now Guerra down the middle. It's the 10-metre line in front of him. Watson playing at dummy half. Lenor, beautiful pass. Barnett, they've been playing for that all game. And Manly called offside.
Yeah, that's their 8th penalty, the Newcastle Knights, and a lot of them have been in this 10-metre area, haven't they? So they've come with the plan to be really aggressive, hold them down. This Manly team.
8 penalties to 2, Dan. It's been more one-way traffic, and here's Saifidi. Oh, he reached out, but he was a metre short. He did well to hang on to it. Oh, hang on. That's going to be 9 penalties to 2. We must be getting close to warning territory. I know it's early in the second half, Blocky, but boy, oh boy, this has been a theme of the match.
Well, that's a professional foul there. Just stripping the ball as he tried to spin out and put the ball down.
Pearce. King. Straight at Waddell. Tapau there as well. Watson picks up. Saifidi, can he do it this time? Well, he gets over. But they got under him. Good scramble.
Looks a lot leaner this year, Danny. Saifidi.
Yeah, he's in really good shape. Best shape he's been in. That's his 4th pre-season, so he should be as well. He's worked a few things out off field, diet and whatnot, to be a consistent first grader. That's his goal.
Well, there's that stat there that popped up. 20 tackles inside Manly's 20. Only the one try to show for it. Manly just 16 tackles inside Newcastle's 20. And work towards the middle here with Josh King. From back behind the 10-metre line. Midway through the count here. Watson to Pearce on the left. And now Fitzgibbon, well handled. Cherry Evans and Sironen involved. Comes back to Pearce. Lenore. Ramian. Pushing away from Parker. Getting away from Parker again. Thompson with the clean-up work. Final play. Kenny Dow dummy half. Lenore, the little grubber. It's not going to make the in goal, and Elliott's there to clean it up. And yet again, the Knights don't get it right on the last tackle.
Well, you're 100% right there. Elliott has been outstanding at the back. Just have a look at his patience here. The kick from Lenore, and he cleaned it up beautifully. Didn't try and rush at it. And Manly survive again.
So we look here at a replay, and Lenore has done a fair bit of last tackle kicking. Doesn't quite come off for him. Seems to be a definite plan to have him more involved than he was last week against the Dragons. But I do believe we did not see Kalen at all in that set. But here we go, we might see him now, because LG's put one down. And they just keep inviting the Knights back into this.
Oh, you heard from Desi Hasler, and he spoke about just getting a little bit sloppy with their possessions, and there's another example of it. Just taking his eye off the ball there, did LG. But the Knights, they just don't look comfortable at the moment with their attack. Just trying to work out the balance in it.
Well, the good sides make you pay. That's the second Manly era of this second half. Good sides can make you pay straight away. They've got the opportunity. They've been given a sniff. They've got to come away with points here.
They have had all the ball in this second half. Watson at the back. Ramian, the former Shark, running into Waddell and Jake Trbojevic. 23 metres out. They were the last team to score, the Knights. Watson to Lenore. Lenore to Fitzgibbon. A familiar play. Taken on that left side where Watson picks up. Now Lenore. Guerra. Straight into Tapau. Not really asking questions at this point. Couple of tackles left with Pearce now. The dummy. Oh, picked up and dumped. Of course, Jake Trbojevic. Watson. Lenore. Ponga sizes it up. The left foot kick this time doesn't find the mark as Garrick now takes it. And almost gets around Ponga. In fact, he does get around Kalen before the second wave comes in.
Well, they're defending really well, but at the moment, the Knights just, when there's nothing doing, they're just happy to put the ball on the boot, just work out what would happen. Just no one running into a clear sort of line. They're defending, they're putting a lot of pressure on everyone, and that man, Jake Trbojevic, great shot on Mitchell Pearce.
So Manly at this point would just be happy to get through a set. They've come out slowly in their second half with the ball. Here's Cherry Evans. Watson there, looked like he was ready to try and rip it out. So DCE won't be kicking on the last. And in fact, he may. I've got my tackle counts wrong there. Tapau up to the halfway line. And now we get to the final tackle. Here's Fonua. It's going to be LG who kicks. That's straight to Ponga. He throws to Kenny Dow. Now links up with Edrick. Keeps it going to Pearce. Pearce with a bit of room. He escapes Garrick. Oh, good scramble from Sironen, but a terrific start to this set for the home side.
Great work from the back five of the Knights. Got back and supported Kalen Ponga. Really nice work from Sean Kenny Dow.
Now, Heimel Hunt spinning and crashing his way up to the 40. You can feel the energy in the crowd here. There's something brewing for the Knights as Pearce dummies and got past his opposite number. Now Watson. Guerra up to the 20. That's 4 gone. Watson again. Lenore. Ponga. Short pass. Oh no! Barnett puts it down as Ponga lurks on the right side on this occasion.
Oh, that ball was nearly too good. He was too good for Mitch Barnett. There it is there. Just got a touch there, Parker. And then he's trying to juggle that ball, and he's got George Tafua coming at him with the right shoulder. Just have a look at his touch, maybe. And Park, which made some body contact there in Newcastle's feed.
A little bit hard for Barnett there. He's playing on an edge here tonight. I generally think that he's a middle player. I don't think he's that sort of guy that's got the patience to catch and pass or practice what his depth's got to be. He was up a little bit flat that time. Tafua put him on notice too. Got up under the rib.
Well, this is a huge
touch from Parker.
Okay. Knights more possession. Manly certainly getting plenty of practice defending on their line. Watson tries to do it on his own, a rare run. Almost gets there, certainly won't be getting the ball down.
Not on him, Connor. Not on him. Don't play it on him. Go for...
Here's Guerra. Oh, he reaches out. He couldn't have, could he? He couldn't have. They'll go back and look. This would be a stunner if he has managed to plant the ball down like it was tunnel ball.
Okay, just confirm that he gets to the ground. I've got no try. Confirm he doesn't maintain possession, trying to ground it on the line.
Didn't look confident, did he? Aiden Guerra, maybe.
Well, he's advanced the ball as well.
Well, does Elliott spray out a boot there earlier, a little bit earlier as he goes from dummy half? I don't think you're allowed to do that.
So he appears to have grounded it short with his first attempt.
There's the boot there.
Watson appears to be okay. He hasn't done anything illegal. So no tries the original call here.
The elbow, there's no elbow that's hit the ground either. There's that left.
Oh, it's close.
To move it forward.
Connor Watson maintains possession and he grounds the ball on the line. We have
Oh, wow! It's a try! The key, he kept his elbow off the ground. That allowed him a second shot at it.
The crowd goes mad too. They needed that, the Newcastle Knights, with the Manly side inviting them back into the game with their errors off their own line or in their own half. Guerra, after the second attempt from dummy half, gets the ball on the strike.
Well, they've had 31 tackles down in that 20-metre zone, and they've come up with a try like that. It's an amazing game, isn't it?
Particular area you're talking about. Golly, go, mate.
It's Peter Goff having a conversation with Cherry Evans. It was 18-0 at the 20-minute mark of this game. Now the Knights, once this conversion goes over, will be within one score.
Be ringing in your ears if you're a Manly player. Des Hasler saying they won't go away, the Knights here.
How do you stop that try?
Get up off the ground to start.
And you've got to get low. It's one of those things where the Knights, like I spoke about, they've had so many tackles down there and just a concentration thing around the ruck, and Guerra comes up with a bit of a heads-up play.
Extraordinarily easy in the end. 18-12. You could just write it up. When these two sides meet, it almost always ends up being close. Last year, golden point in round 1. Mitchell Pearce was the hero. Round 8, it was 12-all with 5 minutes to go. And then Ponga put Nathan Ross through for the winning try at Brookvale. And now we've got a 6-point contest here. And James Gavitt hits the line hard. Manly, my word, they've had to do some defence. But hang on, Fitzgibbon, he's gone without it, he's put it down, and just like that, Manly turned the momentum back their way.
Yeah, the completion after tries. That's a big error, that one. From Fitzgibbon. Just never had the correct handle on the ball. It comes at him there. Just a nice shot, probably over the top. Actually from Waddell. Gives him a great opportunity, this Manly team, to strike back.
You never had the proper grip. The ball from dummy half. You get that nice crisp pass, especially when you're running into traffic like that. If you've got to go back for the ball or fumble a little bit, you're gone.
Happens so often, that first set after points. A team that scores just cannot hang on to it. So Manly, their first opportunity in this second half. Fonua, Waddell, into Gavitt and Barnett. 10 metres away. There's Fonua. He's kept his powder dry so far. As Cherry Evans distributes to Tapau. Cherry Evans waiting on the left. That's where it goes. On to Elliott, dumbing, running, going for it, and he is close, but no! Just held out of it. Watson and Ponga involved, so was Lenor. But here's a penalty. And now this is decision time here for the Seagulls. It's about 10 in from touch, and it could put them 8 in front.
Well, it's all hands on deck there for the right edge of the Newcastle Knights. Here they come. Got to get down there. Brendan Elliott would love to have come and scored here at McDonald Jones against his old club. Just short.
And he's going to take the 2, Cherry Evans. Their first penalty, would you believe, since the 22nd minute, Manly. 7 in a row for the Knights.
Seems lopsided, doesn't it? What is it, 9-3 at the moment?
That is correct, Block. And this, Danny, would be not only beneficial on the scoreboard, but just gives them a couple of minutes to catch their collective breaths to see.
Goes back to the era, doesn't it? The era with the crowd were on board and everyone was on board, coming a bit of momentum, and then it just changes things in error. So Manly could come out with the 2 points out of it and take it to an 8-point lead.
So not the most reliable kicker over the years, but he nailed one from the sideline early. On the preferred side for the right footer. Early Cherry Evans. He has hit the post. Oh, it's anyone's ball. And it comes down for Newcastle. Oh boy, that could have been a Knights catastrophe. There was no one near it when it bounced for the Knights, but they somehow scrambled. What a telling moment that could be. There's Daniel Saifidi as the crowd goes to work. Oh no, oh no. An unforced error from Connor Watson. And Manly get a scrum 28 metres out.
Yeah, he was off and running before he even picked the ball up, Connor. That's what he's there to do, get out there and pose some questions, run. Pick that ball up first. Here they are again. Poor Nathan Brown sitting up there in that box. Starting to stress a little bit about a few areas of their game.
They just lost complete control after that second try. So Manly go to the open side from the scrum with LG to Elliott, now to Parker. Parker's easily collected. They haven't scored since about the 20-minute mark of this game, Manly. There's Waddell rolling down the middle, Watson down low. Clemmer involved, Saifidi as well. To the right, LG. Vajcevojevic, the dummy. He's fallen for momentarily. He's going to, it's awkward, but totally legal. Manly only 10 metres out. Fonua, LG, Tapau, cuts back to the middle. And he's got that arm free. No, he does not. That's lovely work from Saifidi. Geez, they've kept the Tapau offloads to a minimum. Oh, here's a penalty directly in front. So they couldn't go 8 in front moments ago, but surely they will now.
It was late in the tackle count as well. Nathan Brown's had to sit up there and endure back-to-back errors, and then that.
It's pretty hard to let go of a player when he's still trying to struggle forward. Tapau ran into that ruck there. They couldn't put him on the ground. They penalised him for hanging on too long or something.
There's been a lot of penalties inside the 10 for both teams.
Yeah.
So this will put them 8 clear with 24 to play, and Manly have been particularly good in the final 20 minutes of matches this year. It's got a lot more than they've conceded. And there's still a fair bit of football to be played here, but they are on their way to a 3rd straight win. If they were to hang on here, that'd be something they wouldn't have done since the 2017 season. Couldn't do it last year as Cherry Evans nails it this time. And it's a 2-score game again. Let's go to Megan Barnard.
Yeah, I've got Tom Trbojevic alongside me. Tom, they needed that. How are you seeing this second half?
Yeah, look, we didn't start too well, but look, we got back into the game here. We're 8 points up now, so hopefully we can finish it off.
All right, how is the recovery process coming along for you?
Well, it's obviously very early. Only done it the week ago, so I haven't been able to do too much as of now. But when I'm able to start doing a bit more, yeah, we'll be ripping in and hoping to be back in the field as soon as I can.
What are we looking at? 6 weeks, 9 weeks? Can you give us a bit of an estimate?
Well, the physio, he reckons it'll be around 8 weeks. So, look, we've just got to see how it goes. Obviously, don't want to have another one. So I've got to do everything I can to get it right, and then we go from there.
Look after yourself. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Nice work, Megan. That's interesting because we're in round 5. 8 weeks takes him to round 12 or round 13. And that's very close to Origin 1. I wonder what the thinking will be, Danny. Do they need to see him on the park before the team for round 1, for game 1 is selected?
It's all interesting, Dan. A lot to think about, especially with Tom. All the best with his recovery. As he said, he's very diligent. Get it sorted.
That was very cryptic. Over halfway, Manly. They get to the end of their set here as Fonua to Cherry Evans. And Ponga waits. He had one blistering run early, but he gives it to Edrick. And Lee howls his way near the 20.
Interesting change. Danny Levi comes on for Mason Leenor. So I mean, Connor Watson will go to the 6. It's another change to the spine.
So there is that man, Levi. Away to Ramian.
Do they get a chance to settle in at Newcastle? Gee, there's a lot of changes all the time. Not only with Ponga, but the bulk of their players too, playing in different positions. No one gets a chance to settle.
Clemmer playing it now. Here we go. Here's Watson lurking. Taken by Jake Trbojevic. Final tackle. Good meters in that set for the home side. Pearce, Ponga. He's miscued. Edrick's waiting. And he takes it. And he's going to be escorted over the sideline by Ruben. Garrick! Oh my goodness! Ponga away to Pearce. Pearce needs to get rid of it. He goes. Fitzgibbon. He's over. An extraordinary try. If someone described it to you, you would not believe it.
Try. Confirm Edrick Lee stays in.
Left side kick chase is onside. Edrick Lee cleanly takes possession.
Garrick looked like he came up with the big play. Oh, he's going to get away with this. Or does he? Or does he? That final step.
The touch is right there.
The left boot just before he gets the ball away. Just there, he's out.
We're looking very close at our monitor here.
Yeah.
That's...
And as you can see here, Edrick Lee is out. We have a decision.
So close.
What a shame. What a try that would have been.
What a pass.
Well, that should lift them too. I know they brought it back now, but was Edrick Lee tackled without the ball? They could go back there.
The timing from Garrick wasn't perfect, was it, Block?
Change over, fellas.
And
Just to play the ball.
Yeah, just it.
Manly get the ball back, so no penalty on the play. Gee, Garrick did everything right, didn't he, Dan?
Sure did. Game Ventures, Dan. Look at that. Just look at the strength. Doesn't matter what happens after that, which is a shame, because that's what they needed, something like that to inspire. A little bit of luck like that to fire everyone up.
We still have 20 minutes to go here, but now the Knights are starting to bleed penalties.
I'll tell you what doesn't fire you up. Second tackle, you give away a penalty.
So after Newcastle got 7 in a row, now Manly, that's their 3rd consecutive.
Just there for us, Moses.
And they start this set inside Newcastle territory. As Cherry Evans sends it on to Waddell. He's been solid, hasn't he, Corey Waddell?
Very solid. From Blue Mountains, ex-Penrith player.
Looking for a chance at first grade, and he's got one here. Here's Fonua-Blake.
A bit like Gajeski, isn't he? When they both similar body shapes.
Look at this. 4 defenders. They still took an eternity to get him to ground. Finu. Thompson. He probed. Thought he saw something he liked there. And it comes back to Jake Trebojevic bending the defensive line back. Inside the 10. Manly. Huge chance here. Finu. There it comes down to Thompson. He's already scored one tonight. He's wrapped up Gavitt involved. A strong defence there for the Newcastle prop. On the last tackle. Cherry Evans towards the middle. That's awkward. That's beautifully taken by Pearce. But he's not going to get into the field of play. Terrific control from the Seagulls. They'll get it back.
Great game management from Daly Cherry Evans. As always, nice kick. Finds the open space. Mitchell Pearce did a really good job dropping back just in case. And a nice pickup as well. Batted it back and play on. But they had a really good chase there. Didn't really want to get out. Just turning the screw a little bit.
Don't forget, it's the Sharks and the Roosters. That's coming up right after this as Bundaberg Rum Super Saturday continues down at PointsBet Stadium. And Sean Johnson back for the Sharks. There's Finu now. Cherry Evans. Fonua-Blake. Here comes to Elliott. Out to Parker. Nice left foot step. He's swept by Ramian before finally being claimed on the 10. Can Manly get their 4th try here? Here's LG. Cherry Evans. Short ball. Sironen. Pearce read it. And down low is Heimel Hunt. But they are asking questions here. Finu. Look to go the short side. Oh, then look to go himself. And Gavitt was awake. Haven't seen him take off yet, Manasi Finu. He's been so effective at that the first few weeks. Waddell first receiver. LG. Fonua-Blake flat-footed, but his eyes light up and he strolls over. The big unit gives a big wave as well as Manly extend their lead, and added Fonua-Blake gets his 6th first-grade try, and I dare say they won't come any easier than that.
Well done, Adam Fonua-Blake. He deserves a try, but what has happened with that line of the Newcastle Knights? There's a huge space, a huge hole left back on the inside. Fonua-Blake, his eyes just light up. There's no one in front of him. It's not a matter of speed or strength. It was just an easy try, and I wonder he's waving.
Well, just have a look at them all drop off on the inside here, the Newcastle Knights. There's the ball there. The standing ball watching. Fonua-Blake, as you mentioned, you can't believe it.
Well, Kalyn Ponga's in the line, and as all fullbacks do, to present a line of, so they've got no threat back on the inside, but it becomes a communication thing there. When he drops out of the line, whoever's on his left has to really fill up the space. That just didn't happen.
Gee, it's a long way home for the Knights now. Manly about to go 14 clear. He scored 3 tries last year, Adam Fonua-Blake. Hasn't he made a home here at the Manly Seagulls? Cherry Evans guides this through, so now they're 3 scores down Newcastle. Manly looking good, down to Megan Barnard.
Yeah, they certainly are, Dan. Now, don't forget, grand final tickets are already on sale. All you have to do is go to nrl.com/tickets to make your purchase. And I've got a crowd number for you. 21,779 are here tonight. I dare say the majority of them not too happy right now, Dan.
They always turn out, though, don't they, Danny Badiris?
Yeah, that's right. It's very consistent. That's one thing that's very consistent. Up here is the crowd. Amazing crowd. Great to see them support the Miners. Big part of the environment up here.
Well, they're not going to see their team for a little while. Well, they've got a game in a couple of weeks against Parramatta, but really they're not going to be playing at home often over the next couple of months. That's what made tonight so imperative. 1 win, 3 losses in this season, already slipping away.
Yeah, they struggled at home. Everyone wants to build a fortress at their home, and the Knights lost their last 4, that'll be, if they don't go on and win here.
Gajewski reaching for his left ankle there. There's Moses Sully, he's been solid.
I think the damage, Danny, was done in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, chasing the game block.
Yeah, that's all they've done. The poor old Knights. They've had opportunities early in the second half, but just couldn't nail it.
Fonua. Back to Thompson. Hasn't he been effective today? Played back to Fonua on the last. Cherry Evans. Oh, a miscue there. As he tried to change direction while the ball was mid-air before he put the boot to it. Kenny down now, only 10 short of halfway. So they've managed 2 tries, Newcastle. They need 3 more scores as Jesse Ramian looks for work in the middle of the field. Here's Kalen. Pearce. Fitzgibbon. Runs a straight, hard line there. Gajewski seems to have recovered from that ankle problem. And there's Clemmer running straight at Fonua.
They've done a good job of putting Clemmer on the ground here this afternoon.
And Glasby at the line to Pearce with the dummy, but not 4-1-4 by Joel Thompson. So the last here, Ponga calls for it, and he's going to go the left foot bomb. End over end, and Elliott, he's been good today. Leaves that behind him, batted out the back by Sully. And a Newcastle penalty.
Yeah, escort from LG.
Let's see him get on with it.
Aren't we seeing that penalty blown a lot more?
It's good.
And particularly this weekend. It happened last night in Towns. It's basically happening everywhere. The escort penalty, really, they're coming down hard on it.
We'll talk about crackdowns. I don't think it's a crackdown. Hopefully that's just here to stay, that rule.
Yeah. So we've got a player down injured here in Brendan Elliott.
You've got a lot of energy in their defensive line, haven't they, in the Manly team? There's a lot going on. You've got Joel Thompson doing his thing from the inside. Jake Trbojevic leading the line-up. They're all working really hard.
Defends well one-on-one, doesn't he, Joel Thompson?
Yeah.
Pancake's really good. Once he gets him, he's all over him.
Pancakes?
You know what the pancake is? Once you get him on the ground, you spread over the top of
I
it.
feel like a pancake if you're on me, Block.
Well, I didn't until then. So, here come the Knights. They need something to happen and happen quickly. Levi to Pearce. Pearce to Clemmer. Clemmer shrugs off a defender. A rare offload to Ponga. And Ponga can't escape Sully. Cherry Evans there as well. Edrick Lee now. Clemmer. Oh, he runs straight over Fonua, who did well to hold his ground. Gajewski and Jake Trbojevic there as well. Well, they've knocked on the door so many times tonight. Levi, Gavitt, lovely pass. Mitch Barnett is over. They have been trying to get that play happening all night, and finally it pays dividends. Well, there's still 13 and a half to go. We mightn't be all over just yet.
Yeah, love it. Forwards passing, interchanging, pass together. It's really good to see, and that's where the game's at. Over the advantage line, tipping it on with support, running in numbers, always having something on around the ball.
Pretty to watch that. That's the element of surprise there, the catch and pass before the line. Barnett puts himself into that space. And that's a good try. It's a little pity they couldn't have got one a few minutes ago when it got called back. But the Knights are in.
And as good as Manly have been, surely they've done so much defensive work. Surely fatigue has to come into this game.
There's still game on. There's still plenty left in this game. There's no doubt about that. And Manly will try their best to really nullify that. They know the momentum there, what the Knights can get out of that. It's going to be pretty big.
It's interesting. Jake Trbojevic before the game was laying down the law in a circle. But this time you see there, Daly, Cherry Evans. Time, there's plenty of it. Newcastle Knights, this is already their highest score this year. And that man, we haven't seen a lot of him in the second half, have we? Maybe this is his time.
He's the type of player that can explode in 10 minutes. To see how he gets himself involved in the game now, Ponga. He's a winner, this bloke too. Clemmer loves the win.
Now this is interesting, a mid-range kick. And he's dropped it, Pearce. He's put it down, but has he been taken high? Well, this is a huge call coming up, and Pearce is in a bit of trouble.
Showed a lot of courage here, Mitchell Pearce. Slipping as he was coming into this ball. Let's have a look at the replay here.
No penalty so far.
Wow.
So he's worn one from Fonua-Blake. That has to be reportable for this to become a penalty.
I need some space here. Come on, James, take him back.
I knew he was going to cop one there, Mitchell.
He threw the arm out too, Fonua-Blake.
And oh, look at that shiner forming under the right eye.
He won't want to go off, this kid.
Yeah, no, I understand. I need some time here.
That is blowing up in front of our very eyes. Yeah, he's going to have to exit this game.
Stoney, what are you thinking? I didn't have a good look at it.
Okay, looks like the video ref's going to get involved here. Peter Goff. That's that man there.
Was it Adam Fonua-Blake?
And it looks like it might be a penalty. Oh. The replays get worse, don't they, Dan?
Slow motion looks bad.
Yeah. So Pearce comes off. And that,
if he doesn't slip, where does he hit him with that arm?
Adam. No, I can't hear him. Yeah, Adam. I need Adam.
yeah, he's going to be put on report. This will be a Knights penalty.
Just a sin bin. A serious foul play. Okay. Mate, it doesn't matter. Serious foul play.
Wow. Well, we saw in the first half, Curtis Sironen, placed on report, was not sent to the sin bin, but this time Peter Goff sends Fonua-Blake on his way.
It was an incident because Mitchell Pearce has had to go off. So, probably only fair that they lose one as well.
So now, the tenor of this game has changed completely. 13 on 12. Until 2:35 remain.
There's plenty of twists and turns left yet, Dan.
And Big Clem sending out the challenge too to Fonua-Blake. How good is it?
We haven't seen many sin bins this year. And Fonua-Blake.
Yeah, that's the rule. Foul play. If you get sent to 10.
Yeah, he's just giving a little bit of advice as he goes up the tunnel. He will be back.
We won't see Mitchell again.
You wouldn't think, would you? So they've got Lenore, they've got Ponga. Here it comes to Gavin. Oh, driven back here. The heat has gone up in this contest. Lenore. Glasby. That's the 40-metre line. Go left. Lenore again. Ooh, the premeditated pass to Clemmer, and he was picked off. So very quickly, 4 tackles have expired. Gavin. Ooh, the juggle. He set up the last try and just hangs on to it here. Final play, and not many metres there for the Knights. Lenore goes to the air. Ruben Garrick. Up he goes. Comes down with it. Brilliant work. And Manly hold on.
Yeah, once again, we're talking about the adjustments to the spine of the Knights. When Lenore comes on, there's another adjustment. The defensive energy is lifted here, the Knights.
And once again, Ponga nowhere to be seen in that set. Here's Tafua. And Manly struggling for metres here. Parker flying out of the line.
Well, the thing is, why didn't they play like this in the first 15 minutes? That's the problem.
Well, down 18-0 Newcastle. Gajewski. He goes to ground. Final play. Jerry Evans has a 40-20 tonight. Not this time. He just goes as long as he can. Here we go. Here's Ponga. Over the 30. Decent line of Manly defence. And Sully up to the challenge. Another 8 minutes with Fonua-Blake in the sin bin. And there we go, a heavy tackle from from Levi, and Cherry Evans, none too pleased.
Hold, Jake. Push up, Moses. Okay, stay square. Play the ball. Time's on. 2.
Oh, he bumped away from Jake Jabojevic. You don't see that often.
You don't see that at all. He's going to be getting tired, Jake. He's a machine.
Inside Manly territory. Here's Watson with a bit of room to move. The dummy. And fallen for him. There's Travojevic again. He's now Ramian at first receiver chiming in. He doesn't get much ball out on the right side, so he says, I'll just come towards the middle and have a go. Final play. Again, they're on the 30. Oh, Leno with the dummy. He falls one of them. And now an awkward kick, but Tafua does well. You're never sure with Big George.
Yeah, he had to change that kick, didn't he, Leno, there? Probably an afterthought. He'd have the right, because probably that's the way to go. Put over Kenny Dow's wing. Let him compete. They've hit the left all night.
Stay tuned. Cronulla Roosters coming up right after this as Bundaberg Rum Super Saturday continues. We had theatrics and drama at the end of the game on the Sunshine Coast. Have we got drama here? Manly up by 8 as Jake Trbojevic is hitting it up. Again, really struggling Manly for metres here. They've used up 4 tackles and now on the 5th they're still behind their own 30. So they need the trusty boot from Daly Cherry Evans, who gives it the lot. Kalen Ponga. He calls Kenny Dow, but then decides to go to the left. Oh, and in and away from Coruscant, now into the backfield. And he almost sends them scattering. Now that's how you start a set. The Knights. Levi. Short side. Hunt. Up to the 30. That's only tackle 2. Levi. There's Kalen. Now Glasby. Good, strong charge. 20 metres out the Knights. Levi to Lenore. Lenore to Watson. Great tackle by LG. Raced up out of the line. Took the gamble and won. Levi on the 5th. Away to Ramey and the grubber. Wonderfully cut off by Brendan Elliott. My word, he's been safe tonight. And Manly survive again.
Yeah, a couple of unsung heroes. There's one, Elliott. Also LG. Been really good on this left. And he's been known to have his deficiencies in his defence, but he's really stood up. Been outstanding in that part of the game.
Here's Coruscant. Manly, they are barely walking at the moment. But Newcastle, they can't find the winning punch at this stage. They still need 2 scores with 7.5 to play. Now, here comes Thompson, and he's met and dealt with. As Coruscant distributes away. Gajewski, nice pass. Don't forget they're 1 man down here. Sully to Garrick. Garrick down the sideline. He gets up, goes again. He's over halfway, now to the 40. And Hunt desperately from behind. Last tackle. Here's Cherry Evans. Oh, he runs after shaping the kick. He's got them fooled. And now he's brought down by Hymel Hunt. But that means Newcastle start this set 90 metres away from where they need to be as a night goes down.
Yeah, looks to be Guerra over here. Trying to get the attention of the referee to try and get this one stopped, but we saw that last night, how that works.
Now, have they asked them, oh, here's a penalty? No. Time called off. Time called off.
Do you know, I don't know if they should stop play when someone's 50 metres away, honestly.
Now, this could be rather serious. Why, this is a broken ankle, possibly. Oh, my goodness.
Ooh.
Well, we had last night Nene McDonald and now Aiden Guerra.
That's terrible.
He knows it too.
And I think after last night's events, the controversy after the game, Paul Green blowing up about the fact the game wasn't stopped.
Yep.
There was no option here but
It has to be stopped.
to blow this game dead for the time being, and they of course were running towards Guerra as well, but this is a terrible situation. Guerra
Just doesn't want to move. He's in that much pain. Guerra.
He's in his 2nd year here at the Knights. He's 31.
Grab hold of that red whistle or blue whistle.
And we're waiting for a medicab here. There it is. A real hush here, and that is a terrible injury, and I dare say I'm not sure we'll be replaying that at any time soon. A horrible vision. Don't forget, straight after this, we're off to PointsBet Stadium for Cronulla versus the Roosters. And while we've got a moment, who do you like in that one, gents?
Well, it's going to be a close game. Both teams will be heavily defensive-minded and orientated, but yeah, Sean Johnson brings a lot, don't he? Paul Gallen comes back. Aaron Woods will be out, though, with that foot injury, so Matt Moylan's still out. I'd have to say that the quality in most positions for the Roosters should get the consistent job done.
Look, Johnson's a big in for him, but only if he runs. If he sits back and waits to kick for the 6 tackles, well, you know, he might as well not be there. He's a better runner. So he needs to run the footy.
As Guerra is helped onto the medicab, and you saw Mitchell Pearce there come back to the sideline. This is bad news. Not necessarily Pearce, but Guerra. He hasn't had too many injuries over his career, Aiden Guerra.
He's got the thumbs up anyway to the crowd.
And he's got that whistle.
There it is.
That works wonders. And this might be the last time we see Aiden Guerra on a football field for a little while. (183rd game). Terrific servant of the Roosters. Won a premiership there and second year at the Knights. So we resume. Fonua-Blake in the sin bin for another 4 minutes. But Newcastle at the wrong end of the field as they trail by 8.
Dan, Mitchell Pearce has failed his HIA. He won't be back tonight.
Okay, thank you, Megs. So that's the end of Mitchell. Here's Clemmer. Good run here. But still 15 short of halfway. Levi. Daniel Saifidi. Now he's added a bit of edge since coming into the game. But we get to the final play. Lenor goes conservative. Plugging the kick here into touch, and that's going to allow Manly to wipe off some time off the clock here.
Yeah, you need points. You need points. That probably need to go through the hands there from Lenor. That's the side that they're pretty potent in as well. Sitting on in his pocket there was Ponga. Need to try and run it, keep the ball in play.
Manly need to get Marty Power back out there if they can. Their go forward is not existent the last few sets.
Time off, stay in position. Scrum clock still going, 10 seconds. Head in.
So Pearce appears to be okay. Obviously, we won't see him tonight. But there's a hell of a shiner forming. It came quickly as well. So Ruben Garrick brings it back here for Manly.
He got a fair working over last week against Saints.
Comes to Tafua. Newcastle next week. They play on a Sunday afternoon against the Titans at Seabus Stadium. Titans coming off their first win last night. What a terrific game that was against Penrith. So plenty of time for Pearce to recover and pass the necessary tests. Here's ball coming to Cherry Evans down the left side. Takes on Watson. Claimed on halfway. So inside the final 5 minutes we go. Coruscant, LG, Jake Trbojevic. No nonsense stuff here from Manly. Comfortably sitting on their 8-point lead. Back to the short side. Here's LG. And not enough angle on that kick, so here comes Kalen. Sizes it up. Oh, a violent right foot step, but good work from LG, who seems to be becoming more comfortable in the number 6 jersey for the Manly side.
Yeah, he's had some really good moments tonight with them without the ball, LG. Combinations with his left edge and also DCE's looking good.
Well, it has to happen quickly now for the Knights. Here's Levi, Glasby, all hit-ups to start this set. They've only got a couple of tackles remaining. Now, here's an outside inside. Lenor, the pass put down by Connor Watson. With Adam Fonua-Blake ready to come back in, about 1:20 before he can reappear. And well, they're close to home now, the Seagulls.
Sure are. This little out-to-in play as you spoke about there just gets mixed up. And Connor Watson spills that one. And it's a lot of questions again. That's their 10th error on their attack. Sure all the players are as well, just questioning where it's at.
Haven't things turned for Manly? They were beaten handily by the Tigers in round 1. They were down 26-0 against the Roosters before a comeback late. They were never going to get back into that game, but good signs there. And from there, they thumped the Warriors 46-12. And then last week's gutsy win over South 13-12. On the verge of 3 in a row. Oh, here we go. As Guerra gets in the way. Seen a lot of that from both teams tonight. Next week, Manly take on the Dragons in Wollongong. That's a Saturday night game, and of course you'll see that live and exclusive here on Fox League. There's Manly now on the 20. They've hardly had it at the attacking end of the field. Jake Jaboyevich, the dummy that was fallen for, but Ponga just hangs on. Clemmer there as well. Can they finish with an exclamation mark? They'll be Manly Seagulls. Come back to the middle. Gajewski, taken by Glasby. Final tackle. Coruscant, Cherry Evans, a neat kick, beautifully weighted, and Edrick almost has the ball ripped out of his hands by Moses Sully. And this will be a line dropout, and obviously the short dropout, the most likely scenario.
A nice play, Cherry Evans. Knows how to win these sort of matches.
Here we go.
He knows how to close them out, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
We've got a knock on Manly.
Oh, hello. A late call from the video referee. So the video ref deciding that it was stripped out by Sully. Well, that's a 20-metre tap and a 7-tackle set. So they need a miracle tonight, but they've got the ball in their hands. And Saifiti's first to hit it up.
Stand together.
Where's Big Clem?
Where's the halves?
Away to Barnett again, just a one-out run. Back to the middle, Clemmer. It's tough, but it's predictable. 10 short of halfway. Watson, dummies, goes himself, threatens momentarily. 90 seconds remain. Ponga, let's see what he's got. A short pass for Fitzgibbon. Lovely read there by Moses Sully. Time is ticking away here. Watson back to the left. Ponga. His eyes light up when he sees Cherry Evans, gets on the outside, then steps past him, still going Kalen, and now he's going to be helped over the sideline. And that will be all she wrote, and the Manly Seagulls are going to make it 3 straight wins.
Yeah, they'll play this set out, the Seagulls. He was bamboozling everyone, Kalen.
Even himself in the end.
He just had to try and do something.
I know, look, he's had a harrowing week and all the travel as well as the emotional toll. Have we seen enough of him in the second half?
It's just the halves. There's a lot of things going on there, as we spoke about, the difference in positions and who's in and who's out. Obviously, Mitchell Pearce missing the last 10 of this game. This hasn't happened. They're worried about their attack, there's no doubt.
So Manly go to 6 competition points. They did it the hard way today. A lot of defence on their goal line. But they jumped out to an early lead. And they've kept their noses in front all night. Old Thompson, he had a good game, didn't he? Here it comes now for George Tafua to hit it up. And that is it. The Manly Seagulls have made it 3 straight wins. They can do it tough. They can do it without Tom Trbojevic as they get the job done in Newcastle, who yet again drop a game at home. The Knights fall to 1 win and 4 losses, and Manly 3-2.